the whole process, start to finish, like I did over the last 2 to 3 weeks of constructing the whole fender on the driver's side, and basically copying the same process on the passenger side, but just show you where we are this week at the end of the week. And looking at this detail, Randy wanted to make some changes and wanted to soften up this front edge, so we'll be doing something along the lines of that, which I think that definitely helps kind of soften that up a little bit, blend it out. Looks more reminiscent of both the original exhausters that start at this angle, and of course they come up like a reverse scoop over the tire, but also that's what the front edge of the SRT exhauster on the hood looks like. It's got a rounded over edge over here. Anyway, that's what we're going to be doing on that fender, and I've got some little doodads also to do on this, because in the process of getting this all set up, I found some deficiencies. One of them was when you open this door here, this leading edge actually runs into this inner frame piece over here because of the way everything got relocated. So I took this one off and I cut it and moved this wall back. You can see it's all welded up over here. But I looked on the other side to see if it was a similar situation, and it doesn't rub over there. So that's why it didn't show me there was a problem, but it's very close. And I would say that once this edge is painted, as you can see, it rubbed the paint off here. That's going to be a problem too. So when I get that fender off, I'm going to have to address this issue over here, make sure that that wall is this is about a quarter of an inch clearance now. When this thing opens and it rotates to this inner area here, it doesn't rub there. Anyway, so I finished out the rocker extension and closed all that up and got that all cleaned up, cut a little bit more off of this edge over here so that it doesn't show, it's not prominent behind the fender here at the bottom. It was helpful that I had the pattern already made up for this lower piece here that connects, so that I could basically match this piece, match the angle on from the other side and the location, welded my tabs in, put that plate on there, so it gave me a guide to where to run this piece down to, so that I could get it welded and gapped where I want it. I had a little bit of rust repair from here on out. This piece was pretty much gone on this fender, so I just put some new metal in here. Of course, I went ahead and welded in all of my tabs to connect this rail that creates the inner line of the inner edge, I should say, of the fender. And there's a bracket here, bracket down over here. Put all that in, establish that, get that all firmed up so I could start putting my fender tops on. I had a full armature on the other side because it was basically from scratch. This side, I have some guides that I didn't have. So the only thing I have really from the armature is this center that guides me as to how high to put the body line on this fender piece when it goes on. Over here, I pretty much matched the bracket that I have over here with a piece of 5/8 out to here, and then a piece of 3/8 049 wall here bent over to hold this. And of course, this piece is at a specific angle, so I matched the angle over here. This is stuff that I did after I had that fender done and located everything. So I've got this angle matched over here as far as up and down, sloping downwards, backwards, and also tipping out. And the flange is already on there. That will connect to the fender. We've got the weld nuts on the top side over here, so it's bolted from the bottom side. I put this piece back on here as a guide, so I had something to set the fender on at the front, so it would be pitching up at the same angle as this side over here to get me started. And in addition to that, something that I'm going to add to the other side again, like I said, I'm finding different things that I want to do here, is I've got the fender on the other side adjusted out to where it'll clear the tire. And so I'm going to be making a brace for that side similar to this. And this is the existing radiator support, and there's a hole on the end over here, so I just quickly, this is a temporary setup just for this fender over here, but you get the idea of there'll be a brace and it'll have a little bit of foam behind it, which will hold this area of the fender out and away from the car so that it doesn't, flex in, with somebody just leaning on it or something and push it in towards the tire and create a clearance issue. So there actually is going to be a permanent brace, but not attached to the car or the fender itself, just to the car, and it'll have a foam intermediate piece there just to cushion it against the car, keep the fender from getting pushed in right over here. Just a precautionary measure, but for here, what it does is it gives me the curvature in this area and down and around, so I can match this piece as precisely as possible when it comes time to put this piece on. So I'm in the process now of cutting the fenders into sections, and I'll be trying to get going and fitting these all up. But that's pretty much what it's looking like right now, and so we shall continue on. All right, so I'm starting to lay the top sections on, and I've cut them out, trimmed them out, bent them over, got them fit up pretty good with this joint right here alongside the hood framing. I made that cut in here to try and match the other side as far as how severe this wants to dip down in order to get back up to the hood. And I'm starting to fill in. This was the antenna hole on this fender, and fill in the rest of that metal there. Anyway, one of the things that makes this different than the other side is the fact it's both easier and more difficult. It's easier in the sense that I know where I'm going exactly as far as the shape is concerned, because I already worked it out on that side, so there's not a lot of back and forth, and there's not very much judgment calls that has to be taken as far as that's concerned. That's already been worked out on that side. That works, so I just got to match it. Problem is matching it. Okay, you've got to come over here and you've got to get everything to where it's symmetrical. The arcs have to be the same. The sweep has to be the same. This shape has to be the same. The bottom angle of this panel has to be out at the same angle. This all has to be relative, look the same. So it's a little more difficult sometimes to, do all that from side to side. So it's a lot of back and forth as far as measurement, but at least it's been established as far as shapes, like that piece that I was showing you a little bit ago. One of these gizmos is pretty cheap. I don't know if you've ever seen these, but this is, it has a locking mechanism up on here like this. And for small shapes, it's kind of nice. And basically, it's you press it into the shape like this. Of course, I'm doing it one-handed, and that's not going to work out too good, but it moves all of those little segments there, little plastic segments, and then you've got that arc. So then you can go ahead and lock that with that tab, and then that creates something that you could easily make a pattern, which is what I did in this section over here to create that pattern on the other side, right over here. So it gives me the same arc. So anyway, that's going to be it for this week, and I'll pick it up again next week. And I appreciate everybody for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.